Hey, welcome to the Steve Davis Show. Special guest today is Brandon Back, the head football coach at La Cueva High School, also the 2018 state championships, undefeated, 13-0, and what a great year.
Yeah, it was a phenomenal year. You know, the boys put in so much time and effort to do the right things on and off the field, and we were able to put it together at the end and hold up the blue trophy. It's a special thing to be part of.
Well, let's just go back the year before. I mean, that was, you know, I think that was really the start of this season, if that's a good statement. Because
yeah, it really was. You know, we started with our motto being finish. That's everything we talked about. Finish the drill, finish the set, finish the play, finish your homework, finish everything you do, and finish it to completion. And that's kind of what we worked on all summer. That's what our boys had in the mindset as we came through the season. You know, starting off week one with a very, very, very tough Volcano Vista team, and that was just kind of our thing all year long. And we were able to put it together, and we finished it at the end, and it was a blessing.
Going back to the previous state championship when you played your district rival Manzano, a guy Bird that has a great career at San Diego State right now, and I think the word is speed when you think of Bird, and also that team of Manzano that year. And I think we always hear that statement, defense wins championship, and it almost came through that year.
It did. It almost did. You know,
in that game.
Manzano's team reminded me a lot of the 2010 team that we had at La Cueva with Ronnie Daniels and Stan Sedberry. You know, a lot of focus was on Bird. He had the speed, but really Erickson was as big a part of that. And we knew that coming in.
They had a lot of threats.
They had all over the place. You know, it's easy to cover one guy. It's very hard when they have 3 and 4 guys to cover. And Manzano had that, and we knew it was going to be a battle, but we felt like we had a good game plan coming into that week, and I thought our boys played their heart out. So I don't think anybody left anything out there on either team, and we just came up short. But it was a motivating factor for us as we went through the next season for sure.
Well, coming into last year, I guess it's already, the time has passed.
It goes by fast,
coming into the 2018 season was, you know, expectations basically all year you were 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, you know, depending on each weekend.
It changes. Doesn't change much, but
and you're winning. You're undefeated. What kind of mindset was that? So.
You know, it's hard. It really is difficult to be undefeated. It's a special thing to go through a year undefeated because sometimes you need that loss to re-energize your kids and re-motivate your kids to focus and get the job done. But we really didn't run into that problem last year. Our mentality was that we just had another one to play, and I think the semifinal game between the 2 years was probably the best example of that. You know, we beat Cleveland in the semis to get to the championship against Manzano on a third down play in overtime, and the excitement and just how much kind of luck it took for us to get there, and some of the things that had to go right for us to get there with that scoop and score at the end to tie the game. And so just getting there was a real huge relief for us against Manzano. But our boys, when we beat Centennial, there was not the same type of, it was joyous, but it wasn't the same type of excitement. It was, our kids just knew we had one more game and we had one more week.
You know, going back to that Cleveland game that you did, you know, you won in overtime, you know, That was one of those games that Pro U, the end of it. We didn't get the end of it. The internet went down, and so I remember that game very well.
It was nuts. I've been part of 2 games like that. In fact, both in the semifinals. Once against Monzano in '09, and then last year or 2 years ago when we did it against Cleveland. To be there and to win like that is a special thing, especially to put you into a championship game in a championship week. And I'm just really proud of the boys and the effort they put in to get to that week. It's such a long season, and it's a grind on your body, it's a grind on your mind, and these boys just did a great job on both sides of the ball.
Well, let's even go back even further. I mean, you talk about grinding. I mean, I think your whole program was grinding. I mean, you came in and expectation that La Cueva, basically
we were grinding.
Win the district championship and play for the Blue Trophy. I mean, that's just
it is. It's an expectation in the community. I think that's one of the blessings we have there. Our community expects greatness in everything, not just on the field, but off the field in academics and what they do. And we were grinding, and we ground to a halt a couple times. We started off in our first season and we were 3-7, and that's a hard pill to swallow, but it teaches you a lot of lessons. And it's very difficult to go through a 3-7 team and a season and continue to maintain that excellence and then come back the next year. And then the following year, after that first year, we went back to the semis and missed making the championship by another touchdown. But really, it was those boys that first season. They were the ones that really set the standard. They laid the groundwork, and I know our record didn't reflect that, but their hard work did.
You got better though. I mean, that's when I kind of just got to know you and started watching your program, and I just had a sense that good things were going to happen in the future.
It comes down to the community, and it comes down to our assistant coaches and the kids we have. Without those guys, we wouldn't be anywhere near where we are right now.
Well, I mean, I just time goes by fast.
Yeah, it does.
It just seems like now you're already. I mean, it was great to win that trophy and everything, but I guess you're back to
We're
business.
almost in May now, so we're back. We're in spring ball right now. We're outside in the mornings for about an hour and a half, a little bit longer in that, and just trying to work on what we're trying to get better for in the summer. Get ready for the 7-on-7 tournaments that we'll play in this summer, and try to get our linemen up to speed. So the boys are really excited about that, and it's been it goes by so fast. Like I tell the boys all the time that if you blink, you're going to miss it. I think I heard a quote from Harbaugh, not from Harbaugh, from one of his linebackers at one time. He said, the days are long, but the years are short, and so those years fly by, and so we just try to take advantage of everything we got and get ready for the next one.
Well, let's enjoy this championship run a little bit. Going into the season, I mean, it just seemed you weren't like dominating teams, but you figured a way out how to win the games.
We were just winning, and that's about it. We were winning games sometimes that we probably shouldn't have. The Rio Rancho game was a good example of that. Rio Rancho probably played better than us, with the exception of a couple different plays, and we were able to take advantage of that. But our boys just kept finding ways to win, and that was the nice thing. There was never any panic. There might have been panic in a couple of kids or a couple coaches, but as a whole, as a collective group, there was never any panic. Even when we were down, even if we were behind, El Dorado is a good example of that. We were down by a couple touchdowns coming out of halftime, and we came up with a plan at halftime, and we were able to execute that and finish the race like we expected it to. And it was just fun to watch those boys just kind of take on each challenge one play at a time and move forward.
Well, Brandon, we're going to go to the Dream Style Top 10 Plays of the Week and come back and talk more about La Cueva football.
It's going to be Romello and Jason with the lead block, and it's a touchdown. And
pitch by Campbell as Schallenberger, the righty, waits, takes the first pitch swing and pops it up, and it is to deep right. Is it fair? If it is, it's gone, and it is! And so a first pitch swing, and Treston Schallenberger makes it 1-0. And Tom, maybe the assistance of a bit of wind kind of dragging out to right field, but it hung and hung.
Yeah, because it kind of looked like just an ordinary pop-up, but he got it so high. This wind is really howling.
Blocked again, and this time Serta. Right to Bowers. In motion. They're going to fake it on the other side. Porter E going deep. Dello Davis, touchdown! Play clock down to 3. Porter E back to Cedric Johnson, touchdown! Monte's pretty excited about that. Floyd gonna let one fly, and there's an INT for Griggs. Freddie on the near side, he scoots past Coach Bramante in for the touchdown. There, a fan made split the uprights as Dello Davis coughs it up at the goal line. He'll pick it up. Davis high stepping up the middle. Davis all the way. He's got the kicker to beat, and he's going to beat him easily. It's a touchdown for Dello Davis.
Have evened it up at 4 after a pass ball. And this one is belted to deep right, back at the wall, and it's a walk-off. A 3-1 shot. How about it? Brian Curran takes it deep right, and a walk-off win, 7-4.
Get into the game with Garden Swartz Team Sales. They have everything you need, from screen printing, embroidery, and digital printing services, high school letterman jackets, and all high school and club uniforms, and individual and team apparel with the most reliable brands like Speedline, Rollins, and Wilson. And don't forget to check out the latest F7 Shut helmet. It's all at Garden Swartz Team Sales. Give them a call, 505-884-1234. Garden Swartz Team Sales.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. We have Brendan back, the head football coach at La Cueva High School, also the 2018 state championship, 13-0. And how's that bell ring, like 2018 championship?
It's when you get to walk by the blue trophy in the mornings, and you get to wear your championship ring around school. It's exciting. It's a special thing.
And then everybody's acclimates. All of a sudden, you're a great coach. I
yeah,
mean,
right. I'm a
know,
genius. I'm sure tomorrow I'll be an idiot, but today I'm a genius, and we'll take it.
You know, so much of that team, and I think, you know, it's funny from ProView Network. You know, you get to know the coaches and you get to watch the teams. And, you know, you watch the seasons and you watch teams. You know, you know, ProView's all about all the coaches, but you know, you get to know some are more special, and it's not so much the coaches are special. The players, you get to hear the names and you see the names like
week in and week out.
You know, like the year before with like Bird. You know, you see, and I really wanted to see him just because of him.
Yeah, and then you get to track him through college, and it's exciting.
And then this year was kind of like, you know, La Cueva was like, you know, all right, this, you know, it's their year, and it seems like it was set up that way, but there was a lot of hard work to get done to get to that final championship.
Yeah, and it was, you know, we were kind of underdogs throughout the whole season. We've been underdogs the last 2 years in the state championship, and so I think we used that to our advantage, and our boys know it, and our kids are excited about that. They kind of wear that as a badge of honor to be the underdog coming in there playing. Especially when you get to play at Cleveland Stadium.
I was going to say on the road.
On the road is hard, and that's a
packed house.
It's a big place to play. You know, they do a lot of things well down there. It's a great school with great coaches and great administrators, and it was just fun to watch.
Here we go. We got some reminisce a little bit. Here's this game right here.
Well, we knew DeAndre was going to be a big part of it, and the reason is the work he put in the last couple weeks in our linemen. I don't think I've ever had an offensive line block so well as they did in the championship game, and it's very rare to put your best game together at the end, and these boys did it. offensively and defensively. Even when we make mistakes, we were able to come out with turnovers, which played a huge role in us scoring points down the road. And Nas Robertson, who returns next year, is going to be a big force for us as a slot receiver, along with Connor O'Toole. So we're expecting a lot of things. This is Connor right here. He's one of the best guys in the state, I think. His work ethic is second to none. So we're expecting big things from him. And then what we have right there is Dylan Summer. His ability to let plays develop, that was a huge example of that. The safety came down to jump that route, and he let it develop, and we wound up with points. So those are things that make us successful. Here's DeAndre again. His 357 yards in the state championship game is something that he can hang his hat on for the rest of his life. That's a big deal to put that many yards in one game against a team like Cleveland, who does defense as well as anybody else. And then we get lucky breaks. You know, you got.
They were making a run right in here.
Yeah, they were. You know, they get points out of here, and it definitely turns the tide a little bit more. But it was those things just fell in our favor. It was our day from start to finish.
How's that moment right there feel today?
It's exciting. It's fun to watch, to replay these pictures and these examples, to see these boys do these special things like this, and hold that blue trophy at the end is one of the special things you can accomplish as a coach.
Well, Dylan, what a career. I mean, you had one loss in 2 years as a junior and senior.
Yeah, he lost to Monzano's, his only team he's ever lost to as a starting quarterback.
He wasn't healthy.
No, he blew out his knee in the quarterfinal game against El Dorado, and it was actually a torn ACL, but he didn't have any torn meniscus and he didn't have any swelling. And he actually came to practice the next week during the semis, and he was kind of running around a little bit, and we started thinking about it, and his quarterback performance is not something you need him to run. He just needs to stand back there and run the offense. And we put him through some paces with a brace and taping, and we talked to the doctors and talked to his parents, and we were able to give him a shot, and he showed up at the state championship game and did a phenomenal job with a blown out knee. He had surgery 2 weeks after the game, so it was a unique run for sure.
It was interesting because it was kind of caught off surprise. You know, Adam and I were at the game, or Adam was doing the game, and I was down on the sidelines, and I'm like looking, and I was kind of didn't know if he was going to, play or not play. And and one thing, I feel that we're good. We don't ask questions. I mean, if you want to volunteer, that's fine, but we don't come in and
and we were the same thing. We weren't really divulging it, but we weren't trying to hide it. But we were just, in fact, Scott Galletti asked me how Dylan was, and I told him his knee was blown, which was a fact, but we didn't get into the minutes he was going to play, and he did a great job. But really, Austin Smith, who will be our starting quarterback, he's the one who stepped in and won those last 2 games and put us in that situation, and so it'll be his year this year.
Well, you're voted, or I guess you are voted. You're voted the Hall of Fame player, the Team of the Year.
Team of the Year, yeah.
And we have a little speech right here from him at the banquet.
This is from Ryan Malone. He's our starting offensive guard on the left side, and he's a great speaker, and just a great example. We don't have a lot of big linemen, and he definitely fits that bill, but he was a big key for our success on that day. We had 357 yards on the ground. Him and his teammates did a great job.
Mexico Sports Hall of Fame would like to recognize the high school Team of the Year, undefeated, unbeaten state champs, the La Cueva football team. If the whole team could come up to the stage, please. Inside the 10-yard line, it'll be first down and goal. The handoff is to Williams on the sweep. It'll make the cut, and he is in. Touchdown. Go back to action, and here's the play action to the outside, and it's Robertson, and he's in. Touchdown on 3rd and long. Play action down the middle, and it's O'Toole, and he's loose. Touchdown. Again, off left tackle, look out. Shot out of a cannon. DeAndre Williams for the touchdown. And that might seal it up. All right, the football team. Speaking on the behalf of the football team will be senior Ryan.
So first off, I would just like to say thank you to the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame for giving us this honor and letting us be here. And I would also like to thank all my teammates for an amazing 4 years, as well as the coaches for not only teaching us football, but so much about life. We've learned so much, and we've all made many great friendships that we will never forget. My teammates will forever be my brothers, and I am so blessed to have played with each and every one of them. We all worked incredibly hard to get where we are, and we are so grateful for this award. So I would just like to thank everybody that supported us in every step of the way, such as our principal, Ms. Lee, and the athletic director, Ms. Moores, and all the students and parents of La Cueva that came out to every game and were always there no matter what. Finally, I would also like to congratulate fellow La Cueva student Bree Mortensen and all those who have received awards and are being honored here tonight. So thank you.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of ProView Sports Network.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. We got Brandon back, the head football coach at La Cueva High School, 2018 state championship, and also undefeated 13-0. And that just sounds good.
It does. It's got a good ring on it.
Got a little ring to it, But you know, that you talked about that young man that just spoke, and a lot of emotions at that banquet.
Yeah, it was just you know, it's probably one of the last times a lot of those seniors will be together as a football team. And so for them to be there and to receive that award and the recognition from the New Mexico Hall of Fame is a special time, and it's just a kind of a special ending to the season that we had and the run that we've had as they get ready to graduate and move on to their post-secondary lives, and you know, the support that we'll give them through that. But it's just a blessing to be part of those things, and you know, they don't come all the time and they don't come often sometimes, and we're fortunate that we've been able to have a great couple years here. The last couple of years, and it really is the reflection of those boys and how hard they work.
Well, you even got to make a little speech, and we're going to go to that, and what a moment.
It was.
Here he is from La Cueva High School, state champ Brandon Back.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you to the board of directors and everybody who's put this on. I know this is a tremendous event. It takes time and dedication. Takes teamwork, just like we do in all of our sports, to put something on like this, and I'm just truly grateful to be able to stand here today as the high school coach of the year and represent our team and our boys and our family, our administration and our school and our community. It's really a true blessing and an honor. I'd first like to thank Gene Pino. I don't know if Gene remembers this or not, but he was actually my freshman PE coach. That was a long time ago and a lot of pounds ago. So, but I really do appreciate, Gene, everything that you've done. We at La Cueva, my coaching staff, we try to teach the boys one thing, that if you want to be a real man, you got to be present. You got to be present in your life. You got to be present in your career. You got to be present in your marriage. You got to be present in everything you do. Nobody on this stage, to not take away from anybody else on this stage, is more present during his battle, good times and bad, than Gene Pino. Thank you, Gene, for everything you represent. Like I said, it's important to be part of a team, and without teams, we wouldn't be here tonight. I'd like to thank my personal team, my wife. Without her, I wouldn't be able to accomplish anything. It truly is a team in our house, and she is the head coach, and I am the idiot freshman just trying not to get in the way. But I really do appreciate everything that she's done for me. Our team on our campus, led by Miss Lee and Miss Moores, our athletic director and our head principal, they are truly a blessing to be working for the simple fact that I still have a job and she hasn't fired me for all the dumb stuff that I do, and probably will say in the next couple minutes. But I appreciate everything that you've done for us, Miss Lee and Miss Moores. And last, I'd just like to thank those boys back in the corner. They represent us and our community and our team, and they have done an amazing job. And without them, none of this would be possible tonight. But our team extends farther than just our football team. And you saw it tonight with Bree, the female athlete of the year, part of the La Cueva volleyball team, and we really do try to bring that team community in our hallways and in our classrooms, and I'm really blessed to be part of that. But thank you again for the board of directors and for all of you guys being here tonight. It's a special event and a special night, and I really do appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Well, very humbling experience.
Very. You know, you don't get there alone, and it really does take a team, and it takes a community, and we're blessed for what we have in our community, and the team and the coaches and the administration that we have. It really puts us over the top.
Well, getting nominated to the New Mexico Sports Hall of Fame and being the team of the year, and that's got to be special.
It is special. It's just these rides don't come often. I've said that before, but to experience it with these boys and these assistant coaches and our families and our administration, it's a special time, and it's the time that we'll reflect on for the rest of our lives. For us as coaches, we always get the unique opportunity to move to the next one, and the seniors get to put an exclamation point on their season and how hard they worked. And so we're going to enjoy this ride all the way up until we got to get ready for the next one.
Well, last year, okay, you had the motivation from losing the state championship to Manzano, a good team. This year you won the state championship. So now, what happens in the future?
Well, yeah, that's a good question. Right now, our motto is on to the next one. That's the hashtag we're using, and that's kind of what we're talking about right now is trying to go back to back. That's what the 2 represents in that statement. And we're just trying to move on to the next one, the next play, the next rep, the next opportunity, and take full advantage of those when they come. They don't come often, and so we're going to move on to the next one. We've already started with spring ball. Our boys are hungry and excited and ready to go, and we're looking forward to getting after it.
So what are you doing now? I know it's 7-on-7 start here.
A little bit, yeah. We're middle of spring ball. A lot of our kids play other sports. We're a big multi-sport coaching staff. We expect our kids to be out in other sports to wear La Cueva on your chest and go compete in a variety of different areas. So we got a lot of kids in baseball and track and other sports, and so we're right in the middle of just trying to tune up to get ready for the summer. We got 7-on-7s. We'll go to NAU in Arizona, and then we'll play at Highland High School through the month of June, and so we got a lot of big things coming up, and we got some new talent in some different areas on defense especially, and so it's just trying to train them up and teach them to what they need to know so that when they do get the chance, they take full advantage of it.
Well, I think quarterback spot is going to have to be filled in. And,
yeah, we're excited about the quarterback. Austin Smith has spent 2 years working his tail off in a backup role.
Came in at crucial times.
Huge role. As a sophomore, we put him in the quarterfinal game against El Dorado, being behind, and he had to throw his first pass ever on 4th down of that game. And if he doesn't get that first down, we don't win that game. And so he's I always like quarterbacks that are baseball players because they know what it's like to stand at the plate and have all the spotlight on them and get the job done. And so Austin has waited patiently for 2 years for his chance, and I know he's going to take full advantage of that. We're excited about that as him at quarterback, and he returns all of his supporting cast, boys he's been playing with since he was 7. So
actually, he called, from the outside, not probably inside, but a little bit of a quarterback controversy, and he accepted his role. I mean, I haven't talked. He's got to be a great young man.
He's a phenomenal young man, and I'm sure there were times and days where he wanted to be the guy. But as a teammate, you got to realize that when you get your chance, you take advantage of it, and when it's not your turn, you support, and that's what he did. And I've never had a single problem with Austin, and I'm so excited for him to get his chance. I know he's going to do great things this season, and he's going to work hard to be the guy out there. And he's a different quarterback, so teams are going to have to plan a little bit differently for us than they did with Dylan. And we're expecting big things from him and his supporting cast. But he's waited his chance, and I know he's going to take full advantage of it.
Well, Brandon, I mean, I want to congratulate you for winning the 2018, but I know that that's in the past. And,
and it's on to the next one. Yeah,
go on to the next one, and from ProView, we want to wish you a great next year and good things to happen for you.
Well, we're excited about it. Very few people understand what it's like to be for family members to see their games when they're not in town, and you guys play the biggest role in that. So we're always appreciative of what you guys do here, and we're looking forward to the fall. Let's get on to the next one.
Well, Brandon, congratulations on state championships,
Thank you.
And good luck next year.
All right, it'll be fun.
proud supporter of New Mexico high school sports and athletics, and we here at ProView Networks would like to thank Sadie's for their continued support in helping us bring you all of your New Mexico high school sports coverage.